welcome to the Polka Dot Planner on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Please comment below and subscribe. Thanks so much. So you got a silhouette and you've imported some clip art. The only thing is the clip art has a box around it. How do you know that? Because you try to cut it and it cuts a box instead of the shape. Or also you can click on the clip art, go to cut, and it will show that it's going to cut the box. Go to standard. Typically it'll show, if we do cut, there we go. It'll show you have a box, right, to cut around. So that's a problem. This is a live video, guys. So that's a problem and you don't want that box. So what do you do about it? So I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to select the item, go up here to this green box, looks like a green slime sandwich. Click on that, click select trace area. Then you're going to select this kind of as tight as you can. A lot of people do this differently. This is what works for me. I unselect the high pass filter. I hate that thing. Then I go down to scale and I move that down to 4 because that's as low as my machine will go. Then I take threshold and I move it all the way up. Now my entire item is selected and I'm going to select trace and detach. Done. So now I can move my item, move it over, select this one and get rid of it. Then I can take my item, go up top, select line color. I always select that one, just do 255. That's my line color. So now when I go to cut it, it's a red line all the way around the shape instead of a box. Fabulous! Okay, so now say that you have a more difficult shape. You have a splat, we'll say. Now if you look at this, it doesn't look like it would be difficult, but the reason it is because it has this piece here, and these two pieces here, because they're separated. So what's going to happen is you go up to trace and detach, select trace area, select it, unselect high pass filter, scale down to 4, bump it up all the way for the threshold, trace and detach. Now what you've done is make it to where if you just grab it and move it, it's going to select one piece, and that's not cool. So the first thing I do is I highlight over and I get rid of the big box areas and I just go around and see where they are, and so that you're not selecting so you're not selecting the whole thing. Okay, so now it should just be these pieces, and now I group them together. Group. And now I'm going to go up and change my line color. Gotta select the item. 255. And then they're all selected. Now the problem with this is when you go and you select cut and you do, I don't ever do standard, it's going to cut them out individually. See how this is individual, this is individual, so we don't really want to do that. So now you're going to select it again, you're going to go to line color, and you're going to choose transparent because that's just how it's going to work. Then you're going to select the item and you're going to choose this up here. It's called an offset. You're going to select that, choose offset, and that's going to put a line around it. You can do it as narrowed down as you want to do, but these two have to touch. All these have to touch, all the red. So we can make it come down all the way down to there. That's about as far as you can do it without these coming apart. And hit apply. Oh, and this one came apart. So I would hit Control Z to undo that. And I would put it like right there. And hit apply. And now they're all one piece. So then you can just group them together. And then when you go up top to cut, it's just going to cut the outline. So that's how your sticker or whatever you're making will look. So now, say you have a nice pretty bicycle, it's so cute, but it has this bird up here and you want to include it. So you go up to trace, select trace area, you're going to cut out this beautiful bicycle so you don't have a white square. Come down a little. Unselect your high pass, lower your scale down to 4, increase your threshold all the way, and that highlights everything. Select and trace and detach, and then find the big boxes. That's going to be a wheel, I think. Let's see. So that's a big box. So the wheel one you can delete. And I think that's, let's get rid of that. And I think we can delete that. And then you just have the two. Yeah. And sometimes you have to highlight the whole entire thing to see how much you have selected. Okay, so now you have the two. And then you can do one of two things. You can leave this bird where it is and then go up top and do an offset. Offset. And then that brings it here. The problem with this is it's going to make it a huge offset. See how that is? So you'd have to increase this until they touch. I'll probably go a little further. Okay, so then apply. Now, do you really want something this big? Not really. So with this is selected right now, that's the offset that's selected. So keep that selected and hit internal offset. And then what that's going to do is make it to where you have a smaller inset. So just go upwards and it brings it in closer and closer. Hit apply. And then you're going to go and you're going to delete that outside one. I hope that makes sense. So then this is what your sticker outline will be. And you want to group them together so that they're nice and cute. And then that's it. So now you have a single one that has nothing that can come off of it. You have this one that you don't need an internal offset for. You just have an external offset. And then you have this one that you did an external offset on, but then included an internal offset and deleted the external offset. I hope that makes sense. It's very confusing when you're first starting out, but it's really easy once you get a hang of it. Please leave comments or questions below if you have any, and let me know if this helped you. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for following. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.